the Kerch Strait, where 30 or so journalists have been invited by the Crimea Bridge press service to see how the construction work is coming along.
The bridge is being built to schedule. As it stands today, 267 pillars have been put in place.
Work here in the Black Sea Basin is carried out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. By the end of 2018, 4 car lanes, and in 2019, 2 railway lines are expected to open between Russia and Crimea. They're 19 kilometres long and cost the equivalent of €3.7 billion. A massive project of great importance to Vladimir Putin. So the teams working on the bridge aren't skimping on getting their message across.
Это на века. Это моя дорога домой.
Это моя страна. Мы строим мост.
In the meantime, the connection between Russia and Crimea is made by ferry for passengers, merchandise, as well as armoured cars and military convoys that they try to stop us from filming.
Let's not film the armoured cars.
Why not?
It's military equipment. You need authorization to film it.
Before the annexation, just 3 ferries were in service. They carried 7 times less passengers than they do today. The number of trucks transported has gone up too, from 13,000 in 2013 to 300,000 last year, because now almost all merchandise sent to Crimea comes from Russia. Ferries make the journey around the clock, but the director of maritime traffic says the bridge will be welcome.
We'll be relieved when the bridge opens, because the maritime passage is supporting a significant load, and the infrastructure we've inherited from Ukraine isn't sufficient to fulfill all the objectives.
Those living in Crimea hope for just one thing, that the prices go down. Everything on the peninsula costs at least 20% more than in Russia.
Here, a can of peas costs 56 rubles. In shops in the Krasnodar region, the same can would cost between 35 and 40 rubles.
A large number of trucks travel from the Krasnodar region to deliver goods to Crimea.
It's not a large distance between here and the Krasnodar region, no more than 300 to 400 kilometers. But delivery costs the same as if a truck had to cross the whole of Russia.
That's because of uncertainty about the ferry journey.
The biggest problem in winter are the storms. The ferries stop running and our shelves are empty. In summer, there's a flood of tourists and the trucks carrying merchandise aren't prioritized. Then there's the Russian suppliers. Quite a few don't want to deliver to Crimea, and particularly not perishable goods, because the risk their merchandise won't get to us is too big.
Nikolai is promising to reduce his prices thanks to the bridge. Others even expect to make a profit. Yakub owns one of the largest construction companies in Crimea. He, too, expects his production costs to go down significantly, linked to the price of transporting materials.
Our depot covers 3.5 hectares. Over there we have more land. We'll expand our territory further. This cement works won't be sufficient anymore because our production volumes are going to increase.
Yakub takes us to one of his building sites. A specialist, he has his own ideas about the bridge project that some have criticised for the risk it entails.
The engineers argued with each other to begin with. Some said it's impossible to build this bridge. There's silt at the bottom of the strait and it's an area at risk of earthquakes. But as one of my building professors said, nothing's impossible for builders. Everything's a question of money and calculation.
The cost of the Crimean development programme to 2020 comes to €11 billion by current ruble exchange rates. The bridge is part of a broader strategy that Yakub believes is already bringing some concrete results.
We doubled construction volumes between 2014 and 2016. Before, we built 50,000 square meters per year. Today, we build 100 to 120,000, and that's going to increase.
и планируем еще увеличивать.
The bridge and the money being ploughed into the peninsula seems to confirm the unanimous view of Russian political analysts. Vladimir Putin has no intention of ever giving Crimea back to Ukraine.